his is what he was about. Ever since his birth, he was a nuisance to humanity. I wish he died instead of mom. Maybe then I'd love my family, but I'd smile at Pops, concealing that feeling of I hate you. Each day he'd wear the same 3 colors with the same suit, and mother would come to me when I would close my eyes and sing to the thought of her beautiful voice and the lullaby she'd sing till I was sound asleep. Then I'd awake and she'd be gone. My whole life, my soul echoed her songs. I guess the grass is always greener on the other side. An intangible experience structures one Leviathan. From the Quran to leprechauns. Since when did America fall in between Lebanon and Ireland? Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. Angel in my father's eye, only cause it helps him ride. Freedom screams through the sky, wounded by a culture shock. Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. Angel in my father's eye, only cause it helps him ride. Freedom screams through the sky, wounded by a culture shock. Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. His philosophy was to beat up, you gotta push someone down. That was all I knew, cause that was all that was around. I found the flaws in his methods from the cause and myself, Father Diablo, only an uncle to everyone else. He taught me how to talk without looking in your eyes. Gave me a 9 to 5, made me ignore the lullabies. A puddle of the dry tears shade me colorless and categorized me as a baby, failing to realize how far away his mother is. Our relationship covered with strength, even though it's invisible. Hard to quit hearing her poetry, piercing emotions leak with the note she hits. I float, defying gravitation. The only mom I have is in my imagination, so it goes. Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. Angel in my father's eye, only cause it helps him ride. Freedom screams through the sky, wounded by a culture shock. Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. One day daddy's gonna die, choking on the gunny boy. One day daddy's gonna die, choking on the gunny boy. One day daddy's gonna die, one day daddy's gonna die. And when that day comes, I shall return to my mother, and we'll walk hand in hand straight to heaven. And when the clouds part, I'll tell her that I love her, and she'll accept with an open heart, no question. Unless dad was right, and she really was a monster. Maybe her silhouette reflects the hell of his own childhood. Maybe she's so insane, no one cared to help. But if nothing else on this earth could mend her spirit, I bet my smile could. The volumes of her songs decreased the older that I grew. Daddy became my only influence of attitude. Now I'm robotically imperialistic and careless of people. A trait inherited by my parents' omnipotent ego. It symbols the ego, but its child isn't free. You'll see no sign around my neck saying I'm proud to be me. I'm not grown up, the concept of adulthood is dead. He left scars on my back when my notebook was read. I guess the grass is always greener on the other side. An intangible experience structures one Leviathan. From the Quran to leprechauns. Since when did America fall in between Lebanon and Ireland? Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. Angel in my father's eye, only cause it helps him ride. Freedom screams through the sky, wounded by a culture shock. Mama was a lullaby, daddy was a melting pot. yeah. He used to shoot it in the air for kicks, promised he had perfect aim, swore that he couldn't miss, wore it underneath his belt because by law that was his right. Besides, you never know what type of danger's hiding in the night. He said he'd never use it in a fight, he'd take a punch instead and it made him feel at home. He used to hunt with grandpa as a kid. As time went on, he started to think more and more about what he would do if he was home and someone kicked down his door. Paranoia kept increasing, he kept imagining a tragedy as if it was inevitable, trying to prepare himself for how he'd feel if he ever had to steal a life to save a loved one or his own. That soulless piece of metal was the boss in the relationship. He bought it to keep him safe, but it just made him sick. And it wasn't until the day that he got rid of it that he felt like he was safe, no longer a slave to that piece of shit. You can own it, but mostly it'll own you, yeah. You can own it, but mostly it'll own you, yeah. You can own it, but mostly it'll own you, yeah. You can own it, but mostly it'll own you, yeah. You can own it, but mostly it'll own you, yeah. You can own it, but mostly it'll own you, yeah. You can own it, but mostly it'll own you, yeah. You can own it, but mostly it'll own you, no. recording? Here we go. All right, here we go. Head heavy, left on the shoulders. Dead, 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 dead me till I'm over. I let my breath bleed all over your cold shoulder that you try to flip over. I know words might seem the same, but I can see a light beam that's pink in my brain. I call it this living information in my frame, but there's nothing left that I have to paint. Can you guys give me 1 second, cause I wanna try to catch it, and I wanna make sure that when it's dissected, I wreck it. I give it a second, fuck it, I give it a minute, because time and space don't mean shit if the earth ain't spinning, cause that's how we define the lines that we set between the stars of the universe's design. It hurts, but I'm fine, because this is the type of person I am. I'm built to climb any mountain and any galaxy and anything that lives inside of me. And here it goes. The hero knows that he can't save the brave, and so he grows up to be another dead human being, walking around like a zombie, not even achieving anything. And his dreams bleed right into his brain. They go into his life while he's awake. And I don't know what to do about him. I can't give him advice, cause I don't really have shit to tell anybody about life. Cause if they looked at me and followed my device, they'd be stuck in my same crisis, grasping onto light. And there's nothing but darkness inside of the heart compartments. And so the second you started, my heart skips a couple beats. I don't know how to breathe. I know what you can achieve. I know when you want to leave. I can read it in your eyes. No tricks up the sleeve. I can beat it till it dies and finally lives in me. Live inside of me until the day that you die. Because I know that to touch the sky, you don't get too high. You're mine. And you're this design that's inside your genetic code. I can't let it go, cause I'm still possessed by the flesh that I've just got stuck inside of my best parts of my head and my heart and my death, and the start of this little spark that left me undressed. And I don't know how to contest, because there's a part of me that thinks you're the worst, the best part of me thinks you're the best. And yes is a no, it's the same answer, it's the pain, it's climbing the cancer in your brain. I try to advance, I try to dance with you to this flame, but the candle's not lit enough, so I explain why the light is not holding up to the sun, why I'm alright even though I'm overdone, why I feel like I'm alive even though I'm numb, why I feel like I'm gonna die even though I'm someone that is meant to be alive for as long as I can finally be, living inside of a song, or living inside a breath, or living inside of death. I still try to ride it till the destiny is dead. And there's no part that can be part of the whole, and there's no excuse for getting loose from the noose you hold. The truth was told back in the days, and I can still feel it. It's real to me, so I say everything I can. I still want to be your friend, even though I want to crawl out of my skin. I want to just dig back into the fetus, sit in the fetal position. I want to cut off my ears and find a way to finally listen. I want to try to ride it in this new position. I want to provide my light, my mind, and new decisions. I want to stop living in the shit that I live in. I want to start taking from you while I'm still giving. I want to get rid of this old religion. I want to just break it, then gap the bridge and move on till I can live for my children that I still don't have. Living for building, living for building, living for building, living for building. I'm living for building, and if I'm not alive, I probably was killed then.